Greetings everyone, this is me again, Sarah Berserk. Just sharing this now on my Facebook. And so Salahuddin came here last time, tried to answer his questions, tried to go with him. But now I got this really shuddering thought. Because you see, the Shia community has been discriminated against, said things against their kafirs, then they are hated by some Muslims, that they have divided the people. So what Salahuddin used here, saying that what about the UAE community, and that is the power of Islam. So do you mean to say that the Shia community is bad? If you look at the Ismaili community, and from the very beginning, let's say, okay, from maybe His Highness Agha Khan III and Shah Karim Husseini, right? You would find many good Ismailis. They are very prosperous and also and a very peaceful community. The Ismailis, even Shias, 12 Shias. The only thing is that the 12 Shias go sometimes deep into who killed Fatima Zahra. So that's why they just say, that we cannot take the second caliph as their caliph because he hurt Fatima Zahra. Now, what Salahuddin came and used here, I mean, I took it in a bona fide, good faith. So I did my duty to explain to him, but there's another kind of devilish thing that got a thought that made me shudder. And that's, I am being helped by the UAE and all this, but using one Muslim country example is not right, that this is the power of Islam here. Is it right? Would it be right? Are you not discriminating then? Or unknowingly or dishonestly? Against Saudi Arabia, even your own Muslim country, it's not a Shia country. Against Qatar, against Kuwait, right? And then you're giving a chance to your Muslims to say things against Shias. I mean, I can show you so many ridiculous hadiths in Sahihs. Because, I don't want to be rude, but sorry to say, the Sunni, this is a Sunni UAE, right? And then there would be, by doing this, you're saying that you are giving way to discrimination, right? Are you saying this is the power of Islam, or being true to Islam? Have you seen our alims? Have you seen the Shia alims? How they live their life so simple. The Shia community is scattered. It doesn't have one place. Iran, I don't know Iran if it is a true Shia. Saudi Arabia. So, what you're doing is giving people incentive, the Muslims, to say more against Shias, discriminate against Shias. By bringing this out. UAE is all the leaders of UAE, Baba Zayed, Sheikh Zayed was a non-Shia, Sunni Muslim. Let me see what it says. Sorry, I have to use this. So, what is his religion? And they will say, then Sunni Islam. You see this? Because I was going to say, if it's put Islam only, then the Sunnis, oh no, the Quran only, and those who say, why do you call yourselves Shia Muslims? Why do you divide us? They put the blame on Shias. So I hope, I took you in a very innocent manner. Since you've been coming here, I've been showing time and again the discrepancies in the Quran ayats. You don't accept that, then you come another way, then you come another way, then you come from there, then you ask, the last time you asked me about saying that, what about UAE community? So thank God I was like didn't think, you know what you're doing against Shias by saying this. Even Saudi Arabia, that then Saudi Arabia is not a true Islamic state because it's not following truly. Then that's why so many like punishments, severe death penalties, executions happening. The women, how is Saudi Arabia as a country, as a Muslim country, right? So by just pocketing as one category of Muslims, you're talking about the community that is the power of Islam, their behavior, okay, in government places and all. You're just, not being fair like this to other Muslims, Shia Muslims, Ismaili Muslims, Shia Muslims, Ismaili Shia Muslims, meaning. See now, here, thank God, I came here to check this. Doesn't say Islam because there are Muslims who taunt Shias and blame them that the Shias, when I was a Shia, I've seen it on social media also, taunting the Shias. Sunni Islam, right? So I didn't want to bring this side in, but I thought now I should. You see, already then you're blind. You're blind to other things, other Islamic schools. Shia Islam, Ismailis. His Highness Aga Khan. Okay, not the history, but this His Highness Aga Khan I've saluted. Like at least some of our 12er Shias, even like my mother's cousin. And I would say that, oh my God, there was a time in Karachi and I overheard my mother's uncle, talking to my father, saying that he just came in our house saying to my father, the Ismailis are so organized. Around the world. And they never ever question another's religion. They let you have your religion. His Highness Aga Khan doesn't punish anyone. If you can't come up to the standard of being an Ismaili, you just leave. Be a Muslim if you like, whatever, 12er Shia, Hanbali, Shafi. You see? Please don't make my work hard here for me. Already it is very, very hard. Very cleverly put the Quran ayats, and I can get confused in these matters. Already I have to look at this. Surah Baqarah. Then you see, I'm like focused on one thing, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, what if the sheikhs send that person and tell me, what are you doing? We have worked hard. Islam is like this, behavior, exalted. We have trained our people. We are true Muslims here. We are true Muslims, right? That means the Shias are not, because Baba Zahid was Sunni Muslim. Then again we will have this discrimination, and we will be blamed. My ex-Shia community will be blamed for not being true and all this. As it is, they've been blamed for since the beginning, after Prophet Muhammad's death. So please, you don't have an overall picture. You just focus on one community of the Islam in the UAE. Then you get me all worked up thinking, oh my God, oh yes, right, yeah. So what am I going to tell my sheikhs when they tell me that, look, this is the true Islam here at work. We have trained our people. We have done this, right? Then it all of a sudden dawned on me that there's Sunni Muslims here, majority of them. The founder of Emirates is Sunni, was a Sunni Muslim, right? Then I said, how would they tell me then to come to Sunni Islam? Because then, of course, we will say, oh, this is a great example. The Sunnis have been a great example of Islam. Best behavior, progressive, this, that. Very great community. They don't steal from each other. The sheikhs don't. They give. They're very generous. Ramadan comes and they give so much charity. Unbelievable. When there is a flood, with this disaster, natural disaster, they help out. We saw now in Syria, president of UAE working boxes, right? Are you going to tell me that this, because of this, I should leave? Let's say I was a Shia Muslim. Let's say I was not an ex-Muslim, ex-Shia and ex-Muslim. Are you then going to tell me, because of the great behavior, conduct, right? Security, peace, everything here, heaven? Dubai is heaven, UAE is heaven. Are you going to tell me that I should leave if I was still a Shia Muslim, to leave Shia Islam? Right? So sorry you're questioning like this, and it doesn't, it's not valid. Because then I can take you to the ridiculous hadiths in your sahihs. So please, I've been looking, searching, and you bring in Hinduism, then because there's Muji Baba, and then the Muslims will can learn from me. I shared this a lot on my profile. Then they're all aware, and they'll put that Muji Baba thing in. But no. You see, witness, first of all, we need to sit, find out who is God. You just can't put Muji Baba in the laws here. Good qualities. I was just listening to a meditation. Pointing of Muji. He says when you bathe, when you sit in this, good qualities will come from this pure awareness. But there's more in Islam. More in Islam about laws and all, self-restraint. So There is a ayat here. Let me just on self-restraint, patience, and then there is this. There's so many like now I can see. So please look at this. You got me off guard, right? Self-restraint. Surah Araf. Surah Araf. Wait a minute. Why should I go to Surah Araf? Why shouldn't I go to Surah Baqarah, ayat 183, about why you fast, so you can practice self-restraint. Surah Baqarah, ayat 183. O you who believe, prescribed is for you the fasting, as was prescribed to those from before you, so that you may become righteous. Here, you may become righteous, right? So it's like practicing self-restraint. It's for self-restraint, right? O you have believed, decreed upon you is fasting, so that you practice, enjoined before you, that you may become God-fearing. See, the translator, Yusuf Ali, says self-restraint, that you may learn self-restraint, you see? So I'm not wrong in saying self-restraint. You may become righteous through self-restraint. Before you, from before you. So those before you, upon those before you. Thank God today, tomorrow, today is Sunday, right? It's a holiday. I can speak like this. It's quite late here. So I don't want to disturb my neighbors, but I've come late here because today is Sunday, right? And it's a holiday here. Okay, now with this, do you see this, right? Self-restraint, it was decreed upon those before you Muslims, before you. And then we come to fasting for a limited number of days, so whoever among you is ill, this is not required ransom against that ayat. And whoever volunteers good, it is better for him, but to fast is best for you, right? A ransom, a substitute of feeding the poor person, and whoever volunteers good, i.e., excess, it is better for him, but to fast is best for you. If you only knew. And the month of Ramadan, Shahru Ramadan, that is, was revealed therein the Quran, a guidance. The Quran, which the month of Ramadan, Quran was revealed as guidance for mankind. What am I getting to? Why do you have to go into your wives? You can't control yourself just because some people could not control themselves and deceive themselves. So, you see, the fasting was prescribed for those before you. Before you. You take that verse 183 from the Quran. And then, so whoever sights the crescent moon, let him fast it. And whoever is ill, people clear proofs of guidance and criterion. Even the Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan, and there's an ayat just reminded me here. It's not only in my hadiths, Shia hadiths, my ex-religion, school of thought, madhab. Okay? But it is a ayat which says that the Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan. And when my servants ask you, Muhammad, concerning me, indeed I am near, this is okay. And then, so there were people fasting before you, and it has been made permissible for you the night preceding fasting. No. So Sahih International Translation, I was reading. You can see here. Okay? Sahih International. So you see why they put here preceding fasting. Night preceding fasting. Not the night of, or the night, in the nights of fasting. Or not on the nights of fasting or during the nights of fasting. Translation is different. And the word by word is different. But if this is right, then if this Quran here, sometimes even that is wrong. Like the wives here, Nisa'akum is not wives. Imran, the other word is wives. Where was it? In that Surah Nisa ayat, right? Oh God, my neck is hurting and all this. Anyways, trying to. Okay, I have to just lean. Uh, so, please don't be dishonest. Okay? I can show you what Ismailis have done around the world. And they don't have a land. They just have an imam. They live in other people's lands. And they don't say we own it. You know, they don't have a country. Even though imam bought part of that Karachi hub, was it Balochistan? Sorry, it's not a hub. What is that part of Balochistan? But he never says this land is mine or this and that for the Ismailis. But how they have gone, you know, how they have carried on with such great, it's amazing. They have Jamaats, but they don't have a country to call their own. Like Shias have Iran. And what is Iran really? So, sorry about that, but I don't agree to these strict laws, to impose strict laws. Like, you know, I'm going to, right now, God gives, okay, they say God gives the criminals respite and then in the hereafter and all this, but if they could see the punishment right now, they would not be doing anything. Like if someone comes to murder you and you have a gun in front of you and you say, I'm going to shoot you, and so, you know, if they know that they will die now before shooting you, you have the gun and you're going to shoot them. They will not shoot you, they'll run away, right? So if you want to use that kind of logic, that hard punishments and this, if you knew the punishment now, here God puts the wrath on you, then you will not do it. So punishments are good to refrain you from not doing bad. And the hereafter is for the moment, the Muslim. Here you can do what you like, but the Muslims, they're going to stop you and they will apply these strict rules, like cutting off hands so that you don't. Sorry about the background if you can hear that. Some people are passing by. And sound. So, you see, that is all right for the time. Well, God says, I gave Pharaoh respite, I gave criminals, oppressors respite. And then you will say, let the disbelievers have fun in this world, or do crimes, or have fun, and then the hereafter is ours. God will punish them in the hereafter. Let them come to that. Let them come to Pul Sirat. Pul Sirat. They will not be. They will fall in that fire. So now let us be reasonable and not go here and there about communities which are it's Islam power. You want to make, let's suppose you want to make me a Sunni Muslim. I've already done my research in Karachi online and bought books also, some books that I could. Hakel, Prophet Muhammad's life story, Martin Ling's from the earlier sources. I've already read what I had to about Sunni and Shia. So I may have the best example of Muslims here in the UAE. That is not going to make me a Sunni Muslim or come to Islam. What about my people, Shias? Right? So look to your hadiths then. I can take you then to your hadiths. If you say UAE, if you use now UAE against me here and the power of Islam, don't play that trick on me. Deceptive means. Okay? Don't undermine my Shias. I have known Shias who've given their lives for Islam. Huh? Sayyid Mahdi al-Hakim, who was assassinated by the Ba'athist party in Africa. Simple living. And this Hakim family, Sayyid, in London they have so much educational institution. What was it? Jet Jamada, co-founder of Islamic Al-Dawa Party together with he was activities in Dubai, delivering sermons after daily prayers and explaining central aspects of the religion for his, Jafariya endowments, Sharjah Mosque expansion, foundation of mosque in Qasas region, foundation of Imam Ali Mosque for his Ishna Shari Shias here in Dubai, in the UAE, Sharjah Mosque, expansion of Sharjah Mosque, foundation of Imam al-Sadiq School for children, foundation of Ahl al-Bayt Institute for the service of believers. The institute had a charity fund in order to solve economic predicaments of impoverished people. Activities in London. In 1980, Hakim had a short sojourn in Damascus, and from there he went to London. In 1982, he founded the movement of Iraqi Islamic groups, Harakat al-Afwaj al-Islamiyya al-Iraqiyya, in London, in order to coordinate different anti-Ba'athi opposition groups in Europe. They had to fight this also. Moreover, he played significant roles in the foundation of World Islamic Society. And how they do it, you see? Movement. To make people aware. Not kill the Ba'athists, but the Ba'athist party killed them. Moreover, he played significant roles in the foundation of World Islamic Society of Ahl al-Bayt. Center for Al Bayt, Committee for Supporting Iraqi Refugees, and the Organization of Human Rights in Iraq. World Islamic Society of Al Bayt held its first conference in 1983 in London, where Sayyid Muhammad Mahdi al-Hakim was selected as its general secretary. The society consisted of different Islamic societies in different areas of the world. Martyrdom. In January of 1988, the National Islamic Front in Sudan invited Sayyid Mahdi al-Hakim to attend a conference that was held for a second time in Khartoum, Sudan. Iraq Baathis, who learned about the invitation and sought to assassinate him, finally martyred him on Jumada. So you can see January 19, 1988. His corpse was moved to Tehran and then to Qom, where he was buried in Balasar Mosque, in the shrine of Fatima al-Masuma, Masuma Qom, Imam Ali Raza's sister, Imam Musa Kazim's daughter. What a simple man he was. I know him. I kissed his hand in Dubai. I met him. My father was there. He prayed on me. And my father used to say such simplicity they live in. There was another alim they went to meet in Iraq. One table, so simple living. So are you going to tell me that because of Islamic power here in the UAE, I'm supposed to embrace Sunni Islam? Just this thing came to me. And should we punish? Why shouldn't we punish why shouldn't we criminalize, punish them, LGBT? Right? The punishment, AIDS did not come from homosexuality. So something will come up, and I will come up with that. Punishing people is not in this way not right. This is unnatural. This is not unnatural. Even criminals exist. You would say that is unnatural. What do you say when that's corruption? Corruption happens here. Okay, so you'll say that they have become unnatural. Now I've been contemplating on that, but I don't think due to these sexual orientations we should punish different sexual orientations. We should criminalize it and punish them. Now, if transvestites, which means that it would totally make me look like a boy or a man, I go to Sharjah, then they would perhaps punish me for that LGBTQ. So I'm still I'm contemplating that punishment is not the way for LGBTQ, and you should not criminalize it. How else can I? So that needs a deep contemplation, things like that. How the West came to recognize them, the rights of people. Islam has brainwashed you. So please give me the chance to show you here with some ayahs as I've been showing you. Surah Baqarah, ayat 1, like this, my research. And we can stop the, 187, sorry. So, see, I'm so gone case, professor. Absent-minded. I have saved so many times here. Surah Baqarah, anyways, just save time. It has been made lawful for you to go into your women during the night of the fast. They are your garment, and what's more is that it's saying like they are your garments. So use the garments for the night of Ramadan. Otherwise, without them, what? You'll be naked? No, they are your garment, or they are your adornment, or what are they that you should use in the nights? Is it winter? Are they your extra garments? This is really this is unacceptable. You see, while I'm saying this in Sharjah, human rights for LGBTQ, this is sad. It's just I can't. I don't want to think about what's you know Sharjah doing. Well, we have diseases in like any kind of in heterosexual waste. So please, God, it has been made lawful for you. Yes. So look at the whole ayat, right? Look at this. It's not fair to those who are fast. And no, you would say, "Oh, God is so great. It is fair." I would say, yes, it's fair if it was consistent everywhere this way, that they couldn't help themselves. If there's consistency, somewhere it says, there are people who want you to digress. They go after the lusts, the passions, inordinate desires, things like that. So I would, so you would say, the Shias would say, well, muta. So what else is then? Okay, muta covers the sexual pleasures, legal. It's made it legal now. And you pay. And you have a wife, temporary marriage it's called. A temporary wife, what your right hands possess. But Shias have not done thorough, because even the Shias say it's slave girls, captives during the war also, that. And so God has covered adultery like this. He's saved you believers from doing adultery. You can marry if you're away from your wife. If you like a girl outside, you want to go for her, her beauty pleases you, or something like this, or you're away, whatever the conditions, okay, are of what your right hands possess. So it's covered. Let's say you find a very beautiful woman. You can't just go and have muta with her, right? You start to have these feelings for her. And this. You have to go to your wife, like Prophet Muhammad ran to Zainab bin Josh, I think. It's a hadith in the Sunni hadith, says say. So you go to your wife, or if you're away from your wife, traveling, you find what your right hands possess, or you pay a woman, have temporary marriage with her, you take responsibility for the child. But what is it called? Please see this. So coming, why am I deviating? You see here, it's like it's about this to restrain. So it's a good generosity, right? We found we found them that you used to deceive yourselves. Because before this, it was not permitted to go on the nights of fast to approach your women. But this side says now it is. So, what happens? Let me show you about mutta. Temporary marriage. Sorry. Shia Islam. Four Pillars of Mutta by Sachiko Murata. Mutta, temporary marriage in Islamic law. Four Pillars of Mutta. Now, what is the Arabic dictionaries define Mutta as enjoyment, pleasure, delight. The root form, mt, signifies to carry away, to take away. A marriage of Mutta is a marriage which the contract stipulates will last for a fixed period of time. This marriage of Mutta is referred to both in the Hadith literature and in much more detail in the books on jurisprudence, fiqh. In the Hadith and in other sayings related from early Muslims, the word Mutta itself is usually employed. The Shia hold that this particular term is the preferred name for temporary marriage because the Quran itself refers to this kind of marriage, employing a term derived from the same root. In the following verse, the word istimta, the 10th verbal form of the root m-t- is translated as enjoy. So those of them, women, whom you enjoy, give to them their appointed wages. Surah Nisa, ayat 24. In general, the word mut'a was more commonly used than other terms for temporary marriage, both during the lifetime of the Prophet and afterwards, during the time of the Shi'i Imams and other Muslim leaders. Both its proponents and opponents preferred this word and its derivatives. In Wasail al-Shia, the comprehensive and definitive reference work for Shia Hadith concerning all branches of jurisprudence, the word mut'a is employed in the headings of all sections on temporary marriage. In books on jurisprudence, the terms mutta, al-nikah, al-munqati, discontinued marriage, and al-nikah, al-muwaqat, temporary marriage, are all employed. Now this, and al-muhaqqiq al-hali still employs the term discontinued marriage in his writings, and hence his commentators use the same expression, although in sections of the statutes relating to this kind of marriage, they also employ the term istimta and the related word tamatu. Al-Shahid al-Fani employs the same term as al-Hili, but others such as Mutta prefer the term Mutta. Among Sunni jurisprudence, there is a discussion concerning whether or not the marriage of Mutta is the same as temporary marriage. Most of them have agreed that they are synonymous. In some works, a special term is applied to women who participate in mut'a, mustajara, or rented women. What? Rented woman. Mut'a is considered a kind of rental because in general, a man's basic aim in this kind of marriage is the sexual enjoyment of a woman. And in return for his enjoyment, the woman receives a certain amount of money or property. This is Shia Islam website, right? In defining rental, the jurisprudence say it is to gain possession of a benefit in exchange for a specified sum. this definition applies equally to temporary marriage. So God tried to, you have this, so you don't do adultery, you don't fornicate, you can have temporary marriages. If you can't find a believing woman to marry, or you are not, let's say your father's rich, but you want to go abroad and you want to study, you want to go to America, and you feel you can't control yourself. Oh, American women are beautiful, and all this, right? So what you can do is you can have this temporary marriage there. Whereas, your poor cousin here, Arab Muslims, I know my family is sorrow, you know, crying. No, but I was in Pakistan. I mean, imagine my Shia cousin, right? He goes to America. The father has not married him, although Sheikh Zayed, Baba Zayed's son, Sheikh Muhammad, are now our president, right? Married his cousin at a very young age. First, they say marriage. If you want to go for studies, all this, take a break, get married. So what happened? You go to America. So I'm not saying all Arab, like even our Sheikh, our president, Sheikh Muhammad, you can see at what age he got married to his cousin. Or from his cousin, right? Sheikh Muhammad bin Zayed. So please don't think I'm giving all Arabs a bad name. He was our president now, Sheikh Muhammad bin Zayed. At what age he, instead of going abroad studying, his wife, his cousin or someone, is it his cousin? Anyways, maybe not his cousin, but sorry if I made a mistake. Salama bint Hamdan Al Nahyan, married since 1980, right? You count his age, 1961 birth, 11th March. So it's his birthday. Is it 11th March? So let me just check here. Keep forgetting. So happy birthday, a very happy birthday, blessed birthday to, it's 12th, belated, belated. Happy birthday, blessed, long life, prosperity, everything. God blesses him, his family members, his wife. You see this? So please don't now think that I'm giving a bad name to him. They're all his Arabs. If 1961, how old was he in 1980? Now, he's as old as my cousin, who from childhood, like I was supposed to marry. Thank God it didn't happen. 1980. But does this mean now that if I was a Shia, I mean, if I was still a Shia, looking at this, I say, oh, great, yeah. My president, only one wife. MashaAllah, great, So no, not cousin. I think I'm mixing it up with my case and his. So you see this? I mean, yes, it's laudable, it's great. Now he's 62 years old. So, okay. So I was looking at this, and because he's around, I think, the age of my cousin, whom I was supposed to marry, and they, from childhood, they have this names between cousins and all this. That's why I used President, RUA President Sheikh Muhammad, His Highness Sheikh Muhammad bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Okay? Now we come here. But if even when you're rich, you go and you want to study and all this, as a Shia, my cousin is a Shia. What you need is now you need women, you know. You can't have patience. Muta. So this is to protect you, a man, and I think you can take a Christian instead for I don't know what you do really. You can marry a Christian. You can have muta with a Christian lady or what? I don't know. Maybe. What is the criteria here for permanent marriage? I've allowed you. They say that themselves, and you know. Apparently, to me, it seems more correct to limit ourselves to the first three phrases. Now, the formula is, since it is a contract, muta requires a declaration and an acceptance, as in permanent marriage. The declaration is the prerequisite of the woman. It must consist of one of three Arabic formulas. The same three which are employed by the Shia in permanent marriage, al-Sayyid al-Murtada, is said to have added that a slave girl may employ the formula. So slave girls were there. I have allowed you, or I have considered you lawful, but his words have not been confirmed by others. In Al-Shahid al-Thani writes, Shahid or Shahid, I think. To me, it seems more correct to limit ourselves to the first three phrases. Apparently, there is no disagreement on the point that the woman may not employ expressions like I have given you possession, I have given you as a gift, I've rented to you, I've lent to you, etc. The acceptance is made by the man after the woman has made her declaration. His words must demonstrate that he is satisfied with the declaration. For example, he may say, I will accept the marriage, or I will accept the muta. If he should say only I accept or I'm satisfied, the contract is valid. That the declaration should precede the acceptance is not a condition of the contract, since a contract consists of a declaration and an acceptance. In whatever order the two may occur, it is claimed that there is a consensus on this point. Al-Muhaqqiq al-Hili states explicitly that if the man says, I have married you, and then the woman says the same thing to him, the contract is sound. So according to Allama al-Hili, the formula of the contract must be recited in the perfect tense. But the majority of the ulama hold that it is permissible for it to be recited in the imperfect tense, as long as there is the intention of contracting the marriage. Many hadith have been related showing that the imperfect tense is acceptable. For example, Imam Jafar al-Sadiq was once asked what formula should be recited when a muta is contracted. He replied, I married thee in muta according to the book of God and its prophet's sunnah, without inheritance from me to thee or vice versa, for so many days, for so many dirhams. ... The legal discussion of contracts assert that the person assert that the persons who make the declaration and acceptance must be worthy of the contract. So this is all. Conclude the contract must be man themselves, woman themselves, or their representatives, wakil, or their fathers. Hence, for example, it is permissible. So now wakil and fathers are used here. Example, it is permissible for the father to say, I give my daughter in muta with our agreement. If anyone other than the above persons should conclude the contract, it is uncommissioned, fuzuli, and therefore invalid. So the father has to be there for the conclusion. For the son or for both, daughter and, for the daughter he has to be there. Or a wakil has to be there. Daughter in muta for Okay, the person. A man can conclude a contract of muta only with a Muslim. Oh, or one of the people of the book. Yeah. Jews, Christian or Jews, you see. A man can do this. It is not permissible to engage in temporary marriage with an unbeliever or an enemy of the household of the Prophet. Ahlul Bayt, i.e. the Imams, such as the follower of the Khawarij. A Muslim woman cannot marry a non-Muslim. But can a Muslim woman marry? Let's see if they mention this. If a man has a free, can she marry the Ahl Kitab like this? If the man has a free permanent wife, he cannot contract a muta with a slave without his wife's permission. Should he do so, the contract is invalid, or abeyance pending her permission. If the slave should belong to someone else, a muta cannot be contracted without her master's permission. Several hadith have been recorded on this point. For example, the Imam Jafar says there is nothing wrong with marrying a slave temporarily with the permission of a master. A man is not permitted to marry the daughter of his sister-in-law or brother-in-law without his wife's permission. Sister-in-law, I thought Sali was haram. A man is not permitted to marry the daughter. Oh, the daughter of his sister-in-law. But the sister-in-law is not allowed, haram. Yeah, okay, without his wife's permission. Should a contract be concluded without her permission, it is invalid or in abeyance until she gives her permission. With these two exceptions, the relatives whom marriage is not permitted are the same as in permanent marriage. It is recommended that a Muslim man conclude a temporary marriage only with a chaste Muslim woman. Here, by chaste, afifa, the classical authors have in mind someone who has never committed fornication and who follows the Sharia in her activities. So then what about the Ahl Kitab mentioned before? More specifically, the adjective denotes a woman who has observed the Sharia laws concerning marriage and in general is honest and upright. The two attributes, Muslim and chaste, are derived from sayings by two of the Imams. The Imam al-Rida was asked, is it possible for a man to conclude a temporary marriage with a Jew or a Christian? He answered, I would prefer that he engage in muta with a free Muslim woman. So preference, recommended. It is recommended. It is better, but, oh, okay, now I got it. The word used is recommended. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so the word is recommended, but you can have muta with Ahl Kitab, people of the book. But it's better if you, that a Muslim, with a Muslim, chaste Muslim woman is preferable. The two attributes, Muslim and chaste, are diraya, so this I read, to those who guard the private parts. Muta with a free Muslim woman. He answered, I would prefer that he engage in muta with a free Muslim woman. To a question about performing muta, the Imam Jafar replied, it is permissible, so marry none but a chaste woman. For God says, and those who guard the private parts. Hence, you should not put your private parts where you do not feel safe with your darams. Oh my goodness, what a safe with, oh goodness. Oh my God, private parts. And those who guard the private parts, this is Surah 23 verse 5. Believers who guard their private parts. Hence, okay, if someone makes an accusation against a woman, it is recommended recommended that before concluding the contract of muta with her, the man inquire from her about her situation, i.e., as to whether or not she has a husband or whether or not she is chaste before concluding the contract. But asking is not a condition of the contract. According to the principles of jurisprudence, the principle of correctness as applied to the acts of a Muslim demands that one consider the act of a woman who has declared herself ready to enter into muta as correct. According to this principle, whenever we are in doubt concerning the correctness of the act of a Muslim, we preserve the social and legal order by judging that his act was correct. So don't go too much into this. Excuse me. For example, if we are in doubt concerning the legality of the couple's marriage, we judge that it was legal. Otherwise, we would also have to doubt the legitimacy of their children, the application of the laws of inheritance, etc. In a different area of the law, the canonical prayer provides a good example. If after finishing his prayer, a person doubts as to whether or not he said the correct number of cycles, and so this is all like, it is reprehensible, just skipping some. The Imam said, and why did you investigate? Oh, okay, I don't want to go into that. It is, sorry, just for my health then, right now. It is reprehensible for a man to conclude a marriage of muta with a fornicatress by reason. It is reprehensible for a man, okay, to conclude a marriage of muta with a fornicatress by reason of the Quranic verse, the fornicator shall marry not but a fornicatress. Surah 24, ayat 3. Sorry, I can't complete this reading. It's quite stressful for me. If a man should contract a temporary marriage with a fornicatress, it is his duty to command her not to perform adultery. Reprehensible. But this is not a necessary condition of the marriage. By reason of the principle of correctness as applied to the Muslim's act, it is also reprehensible without any exceptions to contract a temporary marriage with a virgin. By reason of the words of Imam Jafar, it is reprehensible because it is a stain upon a family. Stain. Oh, look at the reprehensible. Meaning you should be careful, you should avoid it, but the principle of correctness and all this, what they say, for them to get into these nitty-gritties. And so I really, even the nitty-gritties, I don't agree to, of the Shia either. So now back here. So I'm quite, another ayat coming like this against those who used to practice fasting but couldn't, they were deceiving themselves. They couldn't stay away from the wives on the nights of fasting. So God has, look at this, God has changed it, now permitting them. Permitted for you, right? So why? Okay, it doesn't say now permitting, but when you read the ayat till here and then you read like permitted for you, when you read here, this part, when you come to this part, you used to deceive yourself, so he turned towards you and he forgave. And so now on, yes, here, have relations with them. So now have relations with them. Sorry, not now, so now on words, but so now have relations with them. So now you can see that from here it means now you are permitted. Now it is permitted for you in the nights of Ramadan or on the nights of Ramadan or during the nights of Ramadan of fasting to approach your women. They are your garments. This is very funny, really. You see this? So please, yes, it's okay. Salahuddin helped me and all that. But another thought came in my mind that if you say the UAE people, the community, as a community, they work with their sheikhs, in in unity, cooperation, and all this. So it is good, very great. But you cannot give me this example that Islam here is strong, and because the power of Islam, because they're true to their religion, or you may say they're true to their Sunni religion, Islam, right? So I could say Ismailis are true to their religion, and Imam has brought forth such great reforms, brought this forward, advancing, progressive, and the Jamaat is very cooperative, coordinating around the world. Also, like the UAE, maybe that's why the passport says, we are held in respect. So UAE has earned a name worldwide, and Ismailis have too. And this is the power of Islam. Shia Islam too, right? Ismaili Islam. Can you not say that? Then would you like to be an Ismaili? And if you say the Hindus, you bring Hindus in here, you bring Christians, they're all this and that, they don't follow their religion properly. And the Hindus, they dance and this, and some of them, so I gave you that verse, that even you can't judge a book by its cover, because they were the lowest or the meanest people. Surah Hud ayat, or I keep forgetting, what was it, Surah Hud ayat that Salahuddin gave me, reminded me. I was looking for and I couldn't find so no, it must be here. Where is it? Surah Hud. Here it is. Saved it. So it's loading. You can't say that, due to religion. So the eminent among those, 27th ayat of Surah Hud. So the eminent among those who disbelieved from his people said, "We do not see you but as a man like ourselves. And we do not see you followed except by those who are the lowest of us." And at first suggestion, like they don't go deep, they haven't looked, searched for evidence, immature in opinion. They've just not followed you properly, like they've just followed you immaturely. Let's see, without evidence, much evidence, complete, without considering literally, readily declared opinion, inconsiderately. So they're right about this, because there's a Quran ayat which says you use reason, and in no way do we see you. Otherwise, if you do not use reason, you see if these Quran ayats are, if there are much contradictions, then it will be from other than Allah. Since there are not much contradictions, then it can't be. So these people were right. In a way, if you look at the other Quran ayats. And about the lowest, being the lowest, what does it mean? Here, so we look, proper reason, see, without any proper reason. Footnote here also, The big people of Makkah passed the same remarks about those who followed the Prophet. They taunted him with things like these: your followers consist of mere inexperienced boys or slaves or the lowest strata of society. In short, of such people as are credulous and lack common sense and wisdom. Refer to E.N.'s pages of Surah Al-Anam and Surah 75 is that ayats of Surah Yunus, yeah? I don't know what this E.N.'s are. So 34 to 37 of Surah Al-Anam, lacking good reason, common sense, and lowest strata of society, common sense, credulous, in short, of such people as are credulous. Low. Okay, so it's two. So the lowliest, I cannot, there's no footnote, no number there. So two here means footnote. Any other footnote here? No, just Abul Ala Maududi. Right? So this is not a criteria that the power of Islam, because of the power of Islam. Sorry, it feels what Salahuddin said, that this is the power of Islam. And if you judge Hindus by how they, some of them are they're crazy saints. I'm not. I mean, they will not. Now, what did Imam Musa Kazim say to, how Balul, Imam Musa Kazim, he didn't have a robe or anything like a dignified alim religious scholar. Balul, Imam Musa Kazim's disciple. You see how he has acted, Majnoon. Because there was a time when he had to, the Shias have their reasons for this, why Bahlul had to act this way. Becoming Bahlul. You know what his name was? Wahab ibn Amr, common name, companion of Musa al-Qadhim. He lived in the time of Caliph Harun al-Rashid. Bahlul was a well-known judge and scholar who came from a wealthy background. Becoming Bahlul, the Caliph Harun al-Rashid had begun a crackdown against the followers of the imprisoned Imam Musa al-Qadhim. Wahab and few others met the Imam and sought advice. Musa replied with the Arabic letter, Jim. Each of these companions took their own interpretation of the letter. Jala al-Watan, exile, Jabal, refuge in the mountains. For Wahab, Junoon, madness, possession by the jinn. The next day Wahab left his wealthy life, wearing rags, came into the streets. Baghdadis soon dubbed him Bahlul. Bahlul was born in Kufa, so that's why, you see. And you know how he's acted. He's even given it to Harun al-Rashid. So Bahlul, so that's why he was saved. Otherwise, he would have been imprisoned or something also by Harun al-Rashid, a sage of Baghdad, Indian language historical film. Okay. Harun planned to kill Hisham. Do you see all this? This is Musa al-Qadhim, the seventh Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq's son of the 12 Shias. So now we have departed, sorry, not we, but the Ismailis departed from Musa al-Qadhim because they took the eldest son of Imam Jafar Sadiq, Ismail. was mad. He even hit Harun al-Rashid. Once there was this gathering and the question and answer, he asked Baal something and he took some, clay, some, that white, very interesting, so funny story too. Baal hit Harun al-Rashid, the Sunni Caliph, Abbasid Caliph, with the sand, mud. No, he take mud or some rock or something and he, hit him. And then Harun al-Rashid get like that. You see? So now this happening. Why you want to be bad with polytheists? Why you say this? Please have a look at this. Permitted for you in the nights of fasting is the approach of your wives, to your wives, yeah? Oh, women. They are your garments and you are their garments, libas. Allah knows that you used to deceive yourself. Why you want to come here? Why there are gods? Why you want this? Why you can't leave this? Sorry, I don't want to be a part of this religion, right? You're going to kill me. Why? So, and then avoid your passions and all this. Where I find this Surah Nisayat. So now, by hook, you want to say that your Imam Mahdi coming. Look, let's be very serious about it. I'm really serious about this. Right? I don't know. Today I was welcoming Narada Muni. Narada Muni. Right? Welcome back. But I don't know still for sure, but they stop me and I say, what, you playing with me now? You know? Okay? Some Hindu, they say Imam coming as a Hindu. What a nonsense, Imam coming as a Hindu. You say, bring your gods here. Bring your gods. Where will they be a witness? Whoever, where this, I find somewhere. Now I can't find it. It's, anyways, let me see. There's no one, thank God, here on the live chat, so I can just use this. I think I saved it in this Chrome here tab, in this tab. You see, what is this? Maybe I'll have to, Fusilat, Surah Fusilat, I think. So you're saying that bring your partners that you worshipped, bring them as witness, right? In Surah Fusilat somewhere, now I went down. Oh God, witness over all things. Will show them our signs in the universe. He is of all things encompassing. Now don't scare me, please. See, tell me if the Quran is from Allah and you disbelieve in it. Oh God, when we bestow favors, evil, prolonged prayers, just going, taste just severe punishment. Man, the disbeliever does not get tired of asking good. Allah's punishment, refuge. They will say, we inform you that none of us bears witness to it. But, Prophet Muhammad will be raised and will be a witness. Or Prophet Muhammad's progeny, Imam will come, right? Will be a witness. Right? Now, this is a Surah. Now we come to a Surah Fusilat, which is 41 Surah, number 41. And look at this. Surah 41. This is not a true religion, right? Once you sit down, find out if there is a God inside you. Maybe you say revolution comes Zara because of this. Because first we need to use force. Very nice arguments here, very good reason, but not good enough for me. To him alone is attributed knowledge of the hour. When the hour, Imam coming, Shia say, i.e. Imam. If this was a Shia translation, they would put i.e. Imam. And fruits, the last Imam, the Qaim, Al-Qaim coming. And fruits emerge not from their coverings, nor does a female conceive or give birth except with this knowledge. And the day he will call to them, where are my partners? They will say, we announce to you that there is no longer among us any witness to that. So this is Surah Fussilat, Ayat 47, not the Surah Nisa. You see this? Why do you want to do to them like this? What Abul Alam or Dudi say? What the Shia Sunni footnote, that God who possesses the detailed knowledge of the most minor things cannot remain unaware of the acts and deeds of anybody. No, here, this not given. No footnote for this. On that day he will call out to them, where are those associates of mine? What they do? Baba, please see this. Whoever works righteousness benefits his own soul. Whoever works evil, they bring partners to God, calling on them. And lost from them will be those they were invoking before. They'll be lost will be those they were invoking, right? They will be lost. They will lose those who they were calling on. And they will be certain that they have no place of escape. Calling on for what? Man is not weary of supplication for good things. Now, what if these partners, Allah, God, had like saints? You go to saints, you see saints dargah, they're alive. You will get such a blessing, they say. So you call out to saint. Why not? This ni'mat here in world given to us by God, right? So Hindu or pagan calling to their gods, what are this? Yeah. This terrible, I tell you. This not, I'm not. Invoking lost to them will be those. Now, do you not invoke Prophet? Invoking Prophet Muhammad. Wait a minute. So you don't invoke Prophet Muhammad, but he's partner with the Allah. You have to obey him, but after his mercy, after he die, you say we not invoke him. You don't invoke for mercy them. See, Shia Sunni both having problem in this. Wait a minute. Let me show you. Multilingual Quran on this verse. You are not supposed to invoke right? No. Easy English. Oh God, help me. So where is it? Fussilat is 41. Chapter 41. Display verse 47. Everything in the universe has been created by Allah, so neither its nature of creation nor its work is hidden. The deities they used to invoke aforetime will leave them in the lurch, and they will perceive that they have no way of escape. So, no commentary here. Allah is the absolute truth, so He Himself is the best witness. There are several signs of Allah and His battles manifested through the veiler of Ali ibn Abu Talib. Allah is the absolute truth, so He Himself is the best witness. In one of his supplications, Imam Ali said, "O He who proves His eternal existence by His signs that exist in everything." Ah, indeed, there are. Okay, the Hindus can also say the same thing. Soon we show them our signs. See if your revelation is really from Allah, and yet you do reject it, right? Who is more astray than one who is in schism far from any purpose? Shia's getting it here from Sunnis. Schism, you know what did it mean? Like Shias call themselves Shias of Ali, that is schism. Right? And what else is there? For a time, leave them in the lurch. Deities. Okay, if the Hindus don't want to help me, and this force, sometimes it say about the principle that she Mirabai, sometimes about me, I'm Radharani, all this say, and then now it say something else. Anyways, so if this Hindu, whatever force it is, but I will not, this religion, it's not true. I'm very, very scared of Imam Mahdi because you know what? Why shouldn't we be? I've seen people suffer and suffer and suffer, right? Not because, oh, you should be, Allah's walis are not that scared. No, no, no. I am scared of Imam Mahdi. I'm scared of this false religion. I'm scared of Shaitan coming as Imam Mahdi. Right? And fooling you and deceiving you people. You are not going to be deceived until I'm here. And whoever comes here, I will give my all. I will give my last breath. I haven't prepared food. I had hummus. Right? We call it hummus. Oh, God. You are going to be stubborn on this. I will be stubborn on this. And let's see. Come and tell me. I will guide you. Sometimes I lose my cool, but don't worry, Salahuddin comes here again and again. Some people say we don't want to waste our time with such people, dishonest people. But I'm wasting time. No, it is not a waste of time. Because if I make Salahuddin see this, right? If I make one person, I save his family, his women, his, you know. So he not impose Islam on them. Because if you see deep enough, there is no duality. and that even the Hindus guide you through their own techniques. Now we have Muji. Now we have this. Social media, that Muji. By Muji's guidance. I wanted to see it. You know how difficult it is to leave this religion? Unless you see the other with beyond reasonable doubt proof. How much against the idol worshippers? You think the idol worshippers don't lead you to that one true God? Is it Nijasat? Sufis have told us. No, because in Hazrat Musa's Sufi story, one time Hazrat Musa was sent to a man worshipping idol. Sufi story. No, not. See this Quran, but the Sufi where Sufi, Samiri, don't touch me, this and that. No, one time there was a book I had. Sorry, I don't have it here, so I can't find it online. This book I have, Sufi book, in Karachi actually. I didn't bring it. When I left Karachi, I didn't take it with me. So sorry, no, it's not here. It will take time. So it is said that Hazrat Musa, God tell him, look, go and find this man, that why his prayer come true. I make his prayer come true. One man, something like that. Anyways, the story was like this. When Hazrat Musa go there, he find that the man worshipping idol. And it was a very positive story about an idol worshipper. Maybe you say it come through Sufis like that. God knows it. Just interpolation or something. Sufis, we don't believe in. The Shias don't believe in. So, see why you think. But I just say that Sufi, I come across such a story. But you have such a repulsion. You have been so scared, fearful, scared. You have been scared against idol worshippers. Why? If a man worship an idol, everything sign here of God, glorifying God, glorifying. The stone glorifying. Hajar al-Aswad, according to Shia, what is stone bearing witness? Stone bearing witness to Imam. Hajar al-Aswad. Right? But if you want to be bent on, where are these people's deities they worship? Where are the witnesses? The witnesses are gone. One day we will raise a witness from among you. Surah 17, Ayat 71. You're right. Oh, that is then think of the day we shall summon every community with its leader, Imam. Those who are given the record in the right hand shall read the record. And when the witness will be raised, this Imam, which we will witness, will come. Quran ayat. Why are you so bent on? You see your stubbornness. You can create imamate. The thing you believe in, you will see him perhaps. This the generosity of, but don't kill idol worshippers. This the generosity of the imagination belief. What you believe in comes true. What Christians believe in come true. Jesus Christ told the Roman soldier, go home, your faith has uh, healed your servant. Your faith is such a blessing. Even today I read on YouTube post from Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji given by some other channel, a sadhu, truth seeker, something like this. What Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji say? Your faith is a blessing. Who he? Hindu Guru. Your faith is a blessing. Oh, and call to witness from among your men too. No. We will raise a witness from among you. Wait a minute. Then you will, this Google Muslim be becoming. We will raise a witness among you. From among you. Something like this. And Muhammad also, the messenger. Think of the day when we shall send to every people a witness from among them to testify against them. And we shall bring you, O Prophet, as a witness. Surah Nahl, ayat 89. Right? Now I'm doing some research, not the research, but just spiritual, that Narada has come back. Welcome, Narada. And things. Maybe if Muslims your faith is a blessing. Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji. And think of the day when we shall send to every people a witness from among them to testify against them. And we shall bring you, O Prophet, as witness against these. Now, Prophet will come as a witness against these. God is able to do all, right? Why say those you invoke as partners with Allah? Or what? Worship them? Not put properly for the polytheists, like water for the pilgrims. And we have revealed to you the book, an exposition of everything. Exposition, like explaining everything, and guidance and mercy and glad tidings for the Muslims. Right? In detail, explaining. Where in detail happening? Mubin. Open. Let's see. How many dimensions? It opened. What opened to me in the Surah Azab verse 36 and 37? Right? Vayoma, and we will nabat, we will resurrect. Okay, among every nation, ummatan, a witness, shahidan, over them, from themselves, anfusihim, from themselves. You know, and then your skin, your everything will speak against you. Your hand will say, I stole this. And you want to say, no. But your hand will speak, skin. Everything Allah is able to do. I don't object. So, Hajar al-Aswad, speak. And give witness that this Imam is true. Not Imam Ali's son, Muhammad al-Hanafi. Hanafi, right? But Imam Zain al-Abidin, true Imam. Hajar al-Aswad, give witness. And you know what imamat is? Right? So if you want to be stubborn with me, don't write. Dishonesty, don't do that. You know what is at stake. For you, witnesses are coming from every nation and from yourselves, and over them from themselves. And we will bring you, meaning who you? Prophet Muhammad. Then unanimously whatever is agreed by Muslims. O Muhammad, as a witness over these. Shahid. Over these. And we sent down to you the book as clarification of everything. Of everything, a clarification. Tell me, everything? Do we not need to rely on hadiths? It says book, kitaba. That's why the Ismailis, maybe this kitaba, the fullness of this book, it's not clear here. We are in a mess. So if you want to point, again, I repeat, you want to point something like UAE people, community, great community, this power of Islam, but you are failing in other things. When you can't pass, you come here dishonestly. Sorry to say this. So if you say Sunni Islam are true, no. But that maybe you can say something like the Sunnis, the Sunni Muslims of UAE are true to their religion, and thus power of Islam is showing here. But no. Somewhere maybe in India, Hindus, Sanatan Dharms are true to their faith. And the power of their faith is showing there. They can be without clothes and not feel naked. How can you say? They can live very simple life. One time Mahatma Gandhi was sitting in a train. He not as shaken when the tracks, something happened to the train and it started moving very fast and some emergency take place. He's sitting there very quietly. Still, very unshakable. So there are things against Mahatma Gandhi and all this, okay? So there are things against every famous person, I may say. But you think the Hindus don't have their people? There are some very humble. Lataji, go down. My father said, oh my God, I really like this Hindu rasam, ritual, or something they call it, practice or tradition. So humble. You see, they not think when they become famous, they become very, very famous. I tell you, I meet Mr. Shami Kapoor in a Sharjah stadium, cricket stadium. He's so humble. I was like, oh my God, what is this? He tell me he doesn't care, but he's looking at the game. Now that day, Pakistan versus India. And I'm getting up on every shot because Pakistan was losing and my heart to say Pakistan will win. I had read Shakti Goen's book. But somehow it just come to me. I'm not doing any creative visualization or any affirmations that Pakistan is going to win. I'm sure, I believe in it. I believe today. The loser is going to win. The losing team is going to win today. No, I just look and I remember Shakti Kuin's screen. And it just come to me that, because I feel sad. Pakistan was losing, most Pakistanis leave stadium. Mr. Shami Kapoor come up to me. Why? Because it come to me that Pakistan is going to win, although it's losing so badly. So this was after Javed Mianda's sixer in the end. This was not that time. This was a year or two after, something like that, in 1986, 87. So what happened is Pakistan losing here. I don't know what's going on, but it just come to me. I go up to my uncle's wife saying, "Come down, come down." She's in the dining room, lounge. Sorry, dining. Okay, where we go eat. I tell her, "Come down." She say, "No, no, no, I don't want to come down." No, no. I tell her, "Look, Pakistan is going to win." I go down. She doesn't come down. She's in a very bad mood. So I start clap as my heart say. I start clapping on every bat, hit, ball hit, this, that, 4, 2 runs. And then Mr. Shami Kapoor come up to me and he say he really liked my enthusiasm. I thought, even my family, very distinct, what is she shouting, clapping, oh, this, that. Oh, screaming out, yeah, and clapping, getting up and clapping, and oh God. So that's how I met. He himself approached me and say he really liked my enthusiasm. I said, oh my God, if my family here see me, like they say, what is she, jungly? Screaming, shouting, clapping, getting up. Pakistan won in the end. Right? So Mr. Shami Kapoor was I asked, or he tell me himself, he say, I say, yeah, I'm for Pakistan and all this. So he said, it doesn't matter to me. I said, you must be, because now you're losing and you are winning. He said, no, no, it really don't matter to me. I just look at the team who plays well should win, who deserves to win. It really hit me. I wish I was like him. I really become so humble. Like I become so ashamed of myself, But he said it in such a way that he not want to make me ashamed of myself. So I don't feel too ashamed. But a great man, I tell you. And I don't even tell him I've seen Indian movies and old and him in, all that Yahoo and all this. चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे कहने and what else बदन पे सितारे लपेटे हुए and all his movies I've seen and the recent one, the Rocky movie, देखें जरा. He come as a judge in that movie, guest appearance. So all this. Now back. You see. So why? Like now you make Shias, you make me stand. Like Bibi Zainab. Okay, I can't compare myself, but you say, no, look, that Noha. Remember? Shabab al-Mu'mineen, if you have been in Karadar, Khoja community, our Khoja community, my mother's. Sorry, I'm not mean to boast, but we have known them since childhood. Shabab al-Mu'mineen. ए कौन है ए दना क्या है ए सवाल यजीद करेंदा जे Devi Radha, Srimati Radha, Rondi Reh Gayi. Not the same. Okay, now I have to put some AC on. Very hot now, feeling hot kind of. I didn't realize. So just good. Just get up. I can't. I'll get a headache or something with the heat. Now I have to get up. So you see, you people, I feel sometimes that in Sindhi, they say rat ruwariyo, blood cry. They make me cry blood. Right? Ouch. Excuse me. Old age get to me, my bones. So, no, I want to use, yes, I want to use because I am, so in this condition, attacked my, maybe some old age coming. That's why also, no. At the age of 30, when I was 30, 2 decades ago, my whole body. So don't tell me it's because of age now. Okay? Don't hide. So you make me cry blood. This very clever person. You think this person not make women cry blood? Jawaria cry blood? You give me from your Shias about Jawaria in detail. Do you think what I get from the Umayyad or the Abbasides, I will get from Imams? What the grandfather did to Jawaria in detail? Let me see. Jawaria bin Tariq. We were just told he helped widows. He helped some widows from the war captives. He wanted to free. But using them for sex? Can he not use them as sister? Change even the Moses' law? Judaism law? What do you call it? Judaic law? Of taking the captive women, making them bald for 1 month, keeping them, and then having them. Mercy to mankind, the universe. So if you give me, let me see, Jawaria, Jawaria. I'm slow, bent hearted. You want me to cry blood here? Shia, wicked Shia, right? It's okay. For you, let me see what wicked Shia says. Slow now, not loading, I'm waiting. See, now even Google, internet becomes slow. When I want to go to, what did it say about Jawaria? Okay, it's very, very slow, sorry. Oh, here it is. This is wicked Shia. 2 years before, okay, was one of the wives of the Prophet after her husband was killed in the battle of Banu al-Mustaliq by Muslims. She was captured and became a slave woman. She asked the Prophet to help her gain her freedom. So the Prophet bought her and freed her. Then the Prophet proposed to her and she got married to him. Jawaria has narrated few hadiths from the Prophet. Doesn't say whose hands, what you see? Whose, wait a minute, let me see. Her original name was Bara, which means a beautiful woman who entraps her husband. But after her marriage to the Prophet, he changed her name to Jawaria. Juwairiya. She, like other wives of the Prophet, was titled as al Mu'mineen. You know, Shias, al Mu'mineen, not that a serious topic, title. She, like other wives, she was from Banu Mustaliq and was a sub-clan of Quza'a tribe. She was called Mustaliqiyya and Al-Khuzaiya. Marriage to the Prophet. After that, her husband was killed in the Battle of Banu Mustaliq. She was captured by the Muslims and became a slave woman. She asked the Prophet to help her gain her freedom. Whose hand did she fall into? The Prophet bought her and freed her. The Prophet proposed to her and she got married to him. As her marriage dowry, the Prophet freed 40 slaves of Banu Mustaliq. As her dowry. Shias, shame on you too. Shame on you. If you're going to tell me by hook or by crook come to this religion, this is the true religion, you're going to make a Hindu and make someone give me signs on YouTube and use this delusion and give him money. Shame on you. This is all. See references. Tabari. Tabaqat. Excuse me. Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari. Ibn Hajar. Tabaqat al-Kubra. Tarikh Madinat Dimashq. Mizi Ibn Asakir. Okay. Sunan Abi Dawud. What kind of prophet is this? But it's not given much in detail to tell you, like the one in Wikipedia by the, going back. You see, the one given in detail is this. But even there, it's terrible. How can you, Shia's family background, then conflict between Muslims and Banu Mustaliq, find out what, married to Muhammad. You know, only a Mustaliq lost a total of 10 men. Okay, that's her tribe. What was her husband's name? Why are you ashamed to give her husband's name? Mustafa ibn Safwan. Spouses. You see? You will say Surah, it comes from the root word, I think Mustafa, right? Surah Jinn ayat, second last or third last ayat or something like this. The chosen. Who do we, this title, Mustafa, he has taken Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, this Prophet Muhammad of Islam. You see, the Shias not even give the husband name. Shame on you. Another thing is, after minimal casualties, the Muslim forces were victorious. Among the many captives was Juwairiya, whose husband Mustafa bin Safwan had been killed in the battle. Edana kya hai? ए सवाल मोहम्मद करेंदा जे जवेरिया रोंदी रह गई. Hatba ke rasiyan. Troubled, she initially fell among Muhammad's companions. So see that there is no such reference to what Muhammad did to them. You're just seeing what Yazid did to Hussein and his women folk, holy prophets. And if there is a reference, where is it coming from? You say, oh, it's coming from the idol worshippers but you didn't do the research that I showed you I was doing. I've done and shown you here. She initially fell among Muhammad's companion, Thabit ibn Qais ibn al-Shamas. Troubled by this, Juwayriya sought a deed of redemption from Muhammad. Muhammad proposed to marry her, and as a result freed her from the bondage of Thabit ibn Qais. This is his own believer, and consequently ameliorated the condition of a captured tribe. Big deal, I see, big deal. This incident was described in more detail. Don't you want to hear the detail? At the first opportunity after capture, she went to the Prophet and pleaded her case with him. Now Yazid cannot just pop up, he was a drunkard and bad and start to become a tyrant and snatch his soldiers of the army in Karbala. What a nonsense monster coming up just like that. Oh, I want to take the revenge of a battle of Badr. You killed my forefathers, okay? And he was so tyrant, Achanak, rising up against Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein said he's not giving back to Yazid, whereas Imam Hassan had the peace treaty with Muawiyah and is taking money from Muawiyah. Imam Hassan was taking money from Muawiyah and pleaded her case with him. She told him that she was the daughter of a chieftain and used to command and because of her unfortunate circumstance, if Muhammad doesn't know this, she found herself in this helpless position. What a great Ummah. The Ummah leader is very, very great. He sees a woman in a helpless position. What he do? He proposed to her that you become a Muslim. From a throne made of gold, she had fallen into dust. Kufe ki Shahzadi aaj. Today, Princess of Kufa, Zainab bint Ali. Right? Now your heart shaking, shivering, trembling, but not for Juwayriya. Because you don't believe in this story, right? Muhammad never did this. You won't believe these hadiths or these life stories. Why? You have no regard for a common woman like Juwayriya, a Jewish woman from the tribe. She's Ahl Kitab. Your faces will be defaced. This is good for her. She free her tribe. What if Sheikh now send a man here to me, offering me to become Muslim, and he freeing if I'm princess? What will I do? I will have to accept Islam unwillingly. And it will be rape every day for me. If the Sheikh say marry, UAE Sheikh say, become Muslim. I offer you this Muslim man and I free your this. I give you money. You're not going back to that Pakistan. Very bad. It would be what? Wouldn't be willing. It would be a compromise. I would feel sick. I would want to die. Anyways, but she, a chieftain's daughter, you know. So sometimes you have to do sacrifice for your tribe. Right? So read the story. She's Jawaria bint Harith. But this name, it doesn't, because she become Ummul Mu'mineen, it doesn't. When she's standing here, when she has fallen, it doesn't affect your heart. As a Shia, it wouldn't affect my heart, right? How could she possibly live the life as a slave? She pleaded with the Prophet to take notice of the pitiful and desperate condition in which she found herself. In a desperate condition, which Jawaria bint Harith found herself. You want me to do majlis, a masahib? The Prophet was moved by her sorrowful plea and asked her if she would like to live as a free woman. Oh, now what is coming? And be part of his household. If he paid the ransom, pay khairat. I wouldn't throw my slippers on you because my slippers would become bad. I wouldn't even spit on you, Muhammad, because my spit would become najis. Excuse me.